So what are you thinking about, Blair?
You want to know what I'm hoping for right now, Blair? I hope that I never see your twisted, beautiful face ever again.
Are you giving me the silent treatment?
I'm sorry. I was just thinking about work.
Yeah, work, huh?
Yeah, with running off to Florida and getting married and everything, I just kind of let Melodor slip by. So I thought that I would stop by the Omega building and see how the offices are coming along. And I thought, if I leave now, then I'll get.
Hey, what's going on here?
I told you.
Yeah, I know you told me, but I don't buy it. A half hour ago we were having sex, and now you're looking for any excuse you can find to get out of here.
That's not true.
Come on, Blair. You're the one person I could always count on to be honest with me. Just tell me, what'd I do wrong?
Hello, Cassie. Sorry I stopped by without calling first.
No, come on, it's no problem. Well, I really appreciate everything you're doing to help find my mother. Here, let me take you home.
Oh, thank you. I wish we could move a little faster, though, because finding Dorian could answer a lot of questions for a whole lot of people.
So I guess that means you haven't found out where my mother phoned from.
No, sorry. The phone company says they can't pinpoint exactly where Dorian was when she made the call.
Great. So all we know is that she wasn't in Spain.
And that she was within a 200-mile radius of Lambview. But that's anywhere from Pittsburgh to Hartford to Washington, D.C.
I see. Guess I shouldn't have got my hopes up.
Well, I wouldn't give up hopes all that fast if I was you.
What do you mean?
The investigation wasn't a total bust. That's why I wanted to stop by and talk to you. I learned one thing about that phone call that could lead us right straight to Dorian.
See, Chapter 6 says the young bride of Victor Lord. I wonder if Jean will even let me have this book published. That is, assuming that I can remember any of it when I get out. And assuming that she meant it when she said that she would let me out. Oh, my God, if she does. I will do anything that she says. I will not breathe a word of what happened here. Who am I kidding? Come on, she set it up so that it can't happen. David's never going to divorce Tina. If he did, he certainly would never agree to marry me. Why not? He'll arrange for Elvis to marry us in Las Vegas, and we can honeymoon, and it'll never happen. Oh, please. It'll never happen because David will never give up that stupid, beloved, airhead bride of his.
David has something to tell you, Tina. Don't you, David?
Somebody say something, because I don't understand what's going on here.
Look, Tina, I don't blame you for being confused. This is awfully confusing to me, too.
Well, I'm quite sure the confusion can be eliminated if you simply tell Tina exactly what you told me, David.
Tina, Vicky has decided not to press charges against me.
That's terrific. Oh, that's great news. That's wonderful. But, well, what happened?
I think I'll let David explain.
Vicky has decided that your family's been through enough lately, and it might be best just to drop the case against me and let you get on with your lives.
I think that's wonderful. I think that's great. Isn't Vicky wonderful? Oh, this is wonderful news. Oh, Vicky's wonderful. Isn't she wonderful?
Tina, you don't understand. There's more.
What more could there be? Vicky's not pressing charges, and you're free.
It's not that simple. You see, Vicky may have dropped the case against me, but the fact is I really don't deserve such generous treatment, not after what I've done to her and to you.
Me? What are you talking about? What's going on, David? What aren't you telling me?
Just stop focusing on the negative. Right? It's all out of your control anyway. If Jean wants David to divorce Tina, fine. If Jean wants you to marry David, then fine. It's all out of my control anyway, isn't it? Right now, I have to focus all of my energy on getting out of here. Oh. Home. Oh, in a few hours, I could be home. Oh, to just look at their faces. Kathy and River and Joe. Oh. Oh. No. Can't see him looking like this. Makeup, lots of it. And clothes. Yes, my dear. I need some help.
What is it, Bo? Some new way you can track down my mother?
Well, even though we hit a dead end about where your mother was when she made that call, we found the name that cellular phone was registered under.
Well, that's great. That means it shouldn't take too long for you to track down where she is now, should it?
See, that depends on whether or not we can track down the person that owns the phone. Now, this name means absolutely nothing to us. So we're hoping that it means something to you.
I will tell you anything I know. God, well, I will do all I can to help find my mother.
Okay. Cassie, look, I know you're really anxious to find your mother. You've got to realize the reason the police want her. Vicky said that Dorian confessed to Victor Lord's murder before she disappeared. Now, if we do find Dorian, she's going to have to answer a whole lot of questions. She could be in a whole lot of trouble.
Okay, well, I'll deal with that when I have to, but right now all I want to make sure is that my mother's all right.
You're really convinced that something happened to her, aren't you?
Oh, that phone call was so weird. It wasn't like my mother. Why would she tell me she was in Spain when she wasn't?
It's a good question. Okay, the name that phone was registered under is Randolph. First initial J. So, J. Randolph. Could that be a friend of your mother's or a business associate?
No, that name doesn't mean anything to me. I don't know anyone named J. Randolph.
Whatever you have to say, just tell me.
Tina, the truth is I've been lying to you.
Lying to me about what?
Everything. I've been lying to you all along, every step of the way. Remember how you were very suspicious of me at the first? Well, you were right. All I ever cared about was getting my hands on that inheritance, and I blew it.
No. I don't believe you. No.
I'm sorry. But it's true. I probably deserve a whole lot worse than jail. But Vicky's decided to lay the past to rest if I'm willing to do the same.
What does that mean?
It means that I'm going to leave Landview for good. Before I make things worse, I just hope that I haven't done too much damage and that you can pick up the pieces when I'm gone. I hope you understand, Tina.
No, I don't understand at all. You're saying you're leaving Landview for good?
Yes.
What about me? What about us?
David, I realize that you're trying to be very delicate about this. I really think you should come right out and tell Tina the whole truth before you make things worse.
Worse? What could be worse than David leaving town? Why are you doing this? Why? Why are you throwing away everything that we have?
That's just it, Tina. We never really had anything.
How could you say that?
Look, I'm going to be blunt, okay? You were a means to an end. You were my ticket to that inheritance, plain and simple.
No, that's not true.
Yes, it is. I only married you because I wanted to get a piece of the $27.8 million, and since it's clear that I'm not going to see a penny of it, there's no point in keeping up the charade.
Charade? You're calling our marriage a charade?
Tina, we don't have a marriage. I'm leaving you, and I'm going to file for divorce.
No, I can't let you. I won't let you. You can't just say, it's over, I'm leaving, goodbye.
Tina, I am trying to make this as easy as possible.
Easy? You say you never loved me? You want our marriage to be over, and you're leaving, and it's easy? I deserve to know why. And there is no why. How can you just stand there and say these horrible things that I know aren't true?
Tina, this was all about the money, period. Can't you just accept that?
David is right, Tina. I think you have to let it go.
No, I'm not going to just let go. Not after everything that we've been through and everything we shared. I loved you. I love you. Why are you doing this?
Look, I didn't want it to end up like this, okay? I never meant for anybody to get hurt, especially you. Despite all of this, I hope you know how much I think you're a very nice person.
A nice person? After everything I've sacrificed, you're saying now I'm just a very nice person? What? I get it. Vicky, would you excuse us for a minute? I want to talk to David alone. I wish I could tell you more, but I have no idea who Jay Randolph is.
That's too bad, Cassie. We were hoping you could point us in the right direction.
Well, I'll check her address book and her Rolodex, and maybe something will turn up.
Well, whatever you can do, that would be just great. But I've got a feeling we're hitting another dead end. You know, your mother's a very smart lady, and I'm sure she'd be able to cover her tracks pretty well.
Are you saying Jay Randolph is an alias my mother is using?
I think that anything is possible right now. All we know is that a person named Jay Randolph purchased a cellular phone from a little electronics shop in Philadelphia. And John Randolph, Joanne Randolph, whoever Jay Randolph is, then paid cash for that phone. The billing address was a vacant lot.
Oh, great. One dead end after another.
Cassie, it doesn't mean we're giving up. We've got Dorian's name on a watch and stop list at the airports. It's possible that she came back into the country with David Vickers, and after he was arrested, she tried to sneak out again.
Well, this is so bizarre. I just refuse to believe I'm never going to see my mother again. I wish I knew what was going on here.
Well, you and me both, Cassie.
Will you excuse me for a minute?
Sure, I've got to run anyway, so.
Okay. Cord.
Hey.
Come in.
Hi, how you doing? Oh, thanks. Hey, Bo. How you doing?
Cord.
Listen, I'm sorry to burst in on you like this. I just wanted to talk to you, if that's all right.
Yes.
Sure.
Could I borrow your phone? Just
Oh, absolutely. There's a phone in Andrew's office.
thank you.
Cord, come on in.
Thanks.
Does this have anything to do with my mother and David Vickers? Because
No,
if
no,
it does,
no.
I mean, both should listen to it.
It's not Doreen. It's Blair.
Sit down.
Thanks.
Okay.
All right. I don't know. I just thought I could talk to you because I guess you're the only other person in town who knows that Blair has these two different sides. The one side where she always does everything wrong, and the other side where... Hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there is no other side. Maybe I'm just crazy.
Oh, no. No, you're absolutely right. There is a wonderful, loving side to Blair.
That's what I thought. She had me fooled. I really thought that she cared about me. Is it me? I mean, was that all in my head? Or was Blair just playing another mind game with me?
Oh, God. I know what this is all about. No, I know Blair. And I know that she loved you.
But I have no idea why she married Todd Manning.
Well, I got an idea. I know all too well why she married him.
Sorry? What have you got to be sorry for? I can't even believe that you would say anything like that.
Look, Blair, let's face it. I mean, given my history, getting into bed with somebody that I care about and trying to make them happy, I don't know, worrying about making the right moves and all that stuff, I don't know.
Todd, just stop apologizing. Look, actually, when it comes to making love, you're a wonderful lover.
Yeah, right afterwards, you're suddenly a million miles away.
I told you about that. I just went to see Mother, and, well, things didn't go so well.
You're lying in bed and you're thinking about your mother.
What? You're acting like we've got some problems or something. We are fine. We don't have any problems, Todd.
Yeah, well, you're either lying or you're blind.
What do you mean?
We got a big problem. His name's Cord Roberts.
A cold-blooded killer
You're really better off this way. This world's a terrible place for innocents like you.
has found his latest victim,
Yeah, poor Charles. Ryan's coming home.
a new mother,
Hello, little girl. I'm your mommy.
unaware of the danger of an obsession from the past.
Soon, Felicia. Soon we'll be together again. And it'll really be death do us part.
Ryan returns to General Hospital, only on ABC Daytime.
Court doesn't have anything to do with
Come on, Blair,
this.
this is me you're talking to. Now, we've always been straight with one another, and I'm telling you, you got Cord on the brain.
Bull! When is the last time you even heard me talk about
I
it?
don't need to hear you talk about him. Come on, we both know that you were crazy about him when we got married. Now, it doesn't take a genius to figure you still think about the guy.
Maybe I do.
No maybe about it. You're hung up on him.
Gosh, you're acting like this is some problem. Okay, so I think about him every now and then. That's normal. Todd, I married you. I am committed to this marriage and making a family and a life for this baby.
And Cord's history? Give me a break.
Cord was never there when I needed him, but you were, Todd. And even when I told you about the baby, you were there. You came through with that. I mean, you could have said, too bad, Blair, have a nice life. But, Todd, you stood by me. And I'll always be grateful to you for that.
So you're going to build a marriage on gratitude? Lots of luck.
Todd. We're best friends. I care about you. And I know that we are going to go closer. I'm sure of that.
It's very touching. You're wasting your breath.
What do you mean?
All right, come on. Let's just say, all right, maybe we're okay together in the sack. But aside from that, this is nothing but a marriage of convenience. That's all it's ever going to be.
I don't think so.
I do.
Todd.
Look, if there was no baby, we wouldn't be together now, would we?
Oh, Tina, darling, I don't really feel very comfortable leaving you alone with David.
Well, Vicky, he's my husband, and I can take care of myself, and I'll be okay. I think I deserve a moment alone with David, if that's all right.
I'll be right outside if you need me. Right? Excuse me.
David, this is all part of the plan, right? That you really hate me, but you really, really love me, right? That was all an act, right?
It's no act, Tina. For the first time in my life, I'm telling you the truth.
I don't believe you. You risked your freedom to come back from Spain to be with me. And a few hours ago, I just saw you in the jail, and you said you loved me. And now you want a divorce? Doesn't make sense.
Look, okay? Until I got caught, I had a shot at the money, and that's why I had to keep up the pretense with you. But now I know I'm never going to get that inheritance, and since there's no money, there's no reason for me to stick around here.
David, I don't know why you're standing there saying this, but just stop it. Stop pretending you don't care about me.
Tina, don't make this so hard, okay? Just let me walk out of your life.
No, I'm not going to let you, because I know it's just not true. I love you, and you love me. We both know it. We both feel it.
Tina, please, just don't.
David, it's just the two of us now. You admit it. Admit that you didn't mean all those horrible things that you were saying to me before. That this is all just an act, for Vicky's sake. So tell me you love me.
One Life to Live will continue in a moment here on ABC.
Todd, will you talk to me? Okay, look, I don't blame you. I mean, things have been crazy for the last few weeks for both of us. And if there weren't a baby, would things be different? Maybe. But Todd, this is the way things are, and we'll just work through this. We'll deal with it together. For better or worse, remember?
How could I forget?
How do we let things get like this? I mean, just a while ago, everything was working out fine. I mean, maybe we could just pick up where we left off.
No, forget about it. Look, I got too much on my mind to hang around here and do nothing. I'm gonna go take a walk. I don't understand why that Sam Vance chick hasn't called. Let me know why David and Tina were checking up on me.
Well, I thought that you weren't putting any hopes in that.
No, I'm not. But she kept hinting that there probably was money in it for me, and look, if this thing turns out to be a bust, which it probably is, then I gotta get it out of my head and start figuring out how I'm gonna make a living.
Well, I tell you what, why don't we just not think about that? I won't think about Melodor, you don't think about that, and we'll just go catch a movie together.
Why don't you give it a rest, huh? Quit jumping through hoops to try and make sure that I'm okay. I can take care of myself.
Todd, look, I want this marriage to work. I really do.
Quit believing in miracles. We both knew what we were getting into when we said I do. Now we just gotta live with it.
Todd.
I'm out of here. I'm gonna take a walk.
Todd! Oh. Cord, I don't have any idea why Blair married Todd. But I think I have an idea of why she got involved with him in the first place. She felt really insecure about your feelings for her. No matter how many times you told her, she never really believed that you were over Tina.
Oh, please. I told her time and time again. She just never did any good.
Well, Blair's made a mess of her life over and over again, and I'm afraid she's never going to trust enough to let herself ride into the sunset with the good guy.
I think the biggest reason I'm kicking myself right now is because I fell for it. I actually believed that she really cared about me when I know for a fact that she never did.
Why do you say that?
Because she is expecting Todd Manning's baby, that's why.
What?
Yeah, she told me so herself.
Well, when did that happen? They just got married.
Well, this happened long before they got married.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Blair admitted that while we were seeing each other, she slept with Todd. Right around Christmas time.
Oh, Cord, I'm so sorry.
This whole thing is just crazy, you know? It's nuts.
Well, you know, Well, it's hard to believe that anyone would marry Todd. But we are talking about Blair, and she can be pretty self-destructive.
Yeah. Well, she does a job on the people who are nearest to her, too. Especially the people who care the most. You know, Max and Luna, they tried to warn me time and time again. Is it me? I mean, come on. It's like every time I open myself up to somebody, that's when I get slam dunked. Take Tina, for instance. I mean, every time I think she's going to turn a corner, that she's going to be different, that things are going to be different with her. It's not. It never is. And now it's like I can't even trust her with my kids anymore.
What do you mean?
The way she pulled him into this whole David Vickers mess, I've told her that I'm suing her for custody of the kids.
Oh, God. Court, did it have to come to that?
Oh, it doesn't look like I've got much choice. On top of that, I got Blair playing me for a fool. I tell you, it's really difficult to keep your faith in anything nowadays.
Court, listen, I know that sometimes it seems like... Bo, what's wrong?
There's been a development in the David Vickers case, and I don't think either one of you is going to like it very much.
I'm just being silly, aren't I? I mean, you're sticking to our plan, right? Which is to pretend that you don't love me so that Vicky and everybody else will believe that we're breaking up. But we're gonna stick to what we said we were gonna do, right? Which is we're gonna keep Court from taking custody of CJ and Sarah, and then we're gonna go off somewhere and just live happily ever after. Right? I love you. And I know you love me. Because you get those little lines around your eyes and they get all soft and you get all relaxed and... Tell me once that you love me.
Tina, why don't you just take off the blinders, okay? Get a clue. What makes you think I would want to run away forever with you and a couple of little kids?
Why? Because you love me. You said you wanted to be with me and make it a family.
I just said that to getting good with you, Tina. I can't stand those little brats. I only pretended to tolerate them because I knew it would win you over. My God, Tina, you are so dumb. You don't even realize how stupid you are. And how easy to fool. I never cared that much about you or your kids. The only reason I got involved with you was because you were next in line for the inheritance. I knew since I wasn't going to be able to get all the money, maybe I could marry you and I could get half.
You said you didn't want the money and it didn't matter to you. You snuck up to my room, remember? And you looked at me and you swore you wouldn't take a penny if it meant being with me. So that was a lie too, huh?
Best performance of my life.
You mean that, don't you?
This is just now getting through to you? You're finally getting this?
All right, fine. Tell me about that letter, Joey's letter. And Dorian, you having an affair with her?
Tina, please, just let me get a quick divorce, and this will all be over as quickly and as painlessly as possible, okay? Goodbye.
No, David,
Tina,
wait.
you're just making this harder on yourself.
I don't care. I need to know one thing. When we were together, and we made love in the cabin, in the carriage house, in my bedroom, I saw that love in your eyes, and I know it was true. That's why I trusted you, and I gave up everything. I risked everything. My children, do you know I almost lost my children just to be with you? And can you stand there right now and tell me you never loved me?
I enjoyed sleeping with you. That's all.
I'm feeling something for you right now, too. I hate your guts. I think you're pathetic. You're worse than Court even thought you were. I don't ever want to see you get out of here.
Tina, I know this is so painful for you.
I don't want to talk about it
Tina,
right now.
I'm sorry. I am very sorry.
Sorry. You ruined my life and you're sorry? I'm sorry, too. I'm sorry I ever met you.
Are you happy now?
When a stranger gets too close,
Hubbard, how do you know my name?
how can you protect your family
I'm not bossing you around, Frank. I just wish you to stay away from
You
this
made that
guy.
kind of clear, okay?
if they don't want to be protected?
This is crazy.
All the drama and half the time loving.
The bottom line is Vicky decided not to press charges against David Vickers.
What?
She walked into the police station. She said she did not want to pursue this case. We had to let Vickers go.
Oh, I don't believe this. What is Vicky thinking about?
Well, I asked the same question.
Has anyone spoken to Vicky?
Well, I intend to have a very long talk with her just as soon as possible. I want to know why she let a crook like that just get away scot-free. Now, My only guess is that she wants to protect her family from some new ordeal.
Well, I want more than a guess. I'm gonna go talk right to the source. I'm gonna find out what's going on. Why did Vicky let Vickers walk? Thanks, Cassie.
He's pretty upset.
Well, I can't say that I blame him, Cassie. With Vickers out there on the street, that could mean real trouble for Tina, but that could help us find your mother.
How?
If Dorian was telling the truth, if David was, we'll say, with her, then he might just lead us right to her.
If you love Tina as much as you say you do, then you will realize you did precisely the right thing.
You try telling that to Tina.
Oh, in time she will also come to realize that it was the best. So, you have taken the first step now. And you will move on to the divorce, and then I will go and talk to Cord and see if I can't convince him to drop the custody suit and give Tina a second chance.
You better get Cord to back off. That is the only reason that I went through with this.
That and getting yourself out of jail, remember?
You don't realize how much I love Tina, do you? That I'd do anything just to spend the rest of my life with her. The only reason I'm leaving is because you promised that you would make sure that Tina did not lose CJ and Sarah. As hard as it is for me to leave, I know that Tina couldn't live without those kids.
So where do you think you're going?
I'm going back to the carriage house to get my stuff, and I guess I'll go back to Portland.
No, I don't think so. That's not the agenda as I see it. You are first going to go and get a divorce, and then you are going to bring me the divorce papers so that I can see for myself that you have held up your end of the deal.
Didn't you see what went on here? I just broke Tina's heart. Isn't that clear enough to you that I intend to go through with it?
I'm so sorry. You have given me very little reason to trust you. I want to see the divorce papers for myself. And then I want your assurances that you will make no attempt to see Tina again, ever. Do you understand? Remember, I can press charges against you for fraud anytime I want to. And we haven't even begun to discuss the small matter of the evidence you brought forward last summer. The evidence that cleared Dorian. What does perjury mean to you, Mr. Vickers?
People call me a con man. But you've got this whole town fooled, don't you?
Whatever do you mean?
Everybody thinks you're the salt of the earth. Saint Vicky of Landview. That's just part of the picture, isn't it? You can be as cold and as calculating as it takes to get what you want.
This has absolutely nothing to do with what I want. This has only to do with what I must do to protect those who are closest to me.
Yes, that's much better. The hair is a new look. I'm going to have to make an appointment with Karina first thing in the morning. She's the only one who can do anything with it. What difference is it going to make? Joe thinks that I don't love him anymore. Queen Jean's going to keep an eye on me like a hawk, so I won't be able to get to him and explain what went on here and why I've made the decision that I have. And what about Cassie? How is she going to understand that her mother lied to her yet again with that ridiculous phone call from Spain? What am I going back home to? No. Positive. Yes, I've got to think positive, 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 because I've got to get out of here. And positive if I have to stay in here for one more day, I might just lose my mind entirely.
Dorian! Don't let me interrupt you. You were saying?
I was saying I'm ready to leave.
Is that so?
Yes. I have agreed to all of your conditions. You can let me go now.
I'm so sorry, Dorian. I'm afraid that's just not possible.
You lied to me. You said that if I would agree to all of your ridiculous you would let me go, that you would see to it that I wasn't tried for murder again. Well, I've agreed. I mean, how can you be so cruel?
Have you finished? I said I'm afraid that's not possible just now. The house is swarming with people, for heaven's sakes, Dorian. There are servants and children all over the place. I will take you out when it's safe. Late tonight, perhaps.
Perhaps.
From where I stand, you really don't have much choice but to take things as they come.
Yes. I suppose that as long as you do let me go, I shouldn't care how you do it. Fine. How did it go with David? Did he agree to cooperate?
Poor David has not had a very pleasant day, I'm afraid. He had to break the very shocking news to Tina that he wants a divorce.
David has agreed to give up Tina? My goodness, that must have taken some doing.
It was necessary. David has to leave Tina in order to be free to marry you. Once you and David are married, then Tina will be free of him, and Joey, thank heavens, will be free of you forever. Victoria's family is very important to her.
How did you manage to get David to agree to all of that?
He was perfectly willing to listen to reason when I presented it to him, forcefully enough.
Well, I've got to hand it to you, getting him to agree to marry me.
Oh, no, that subject never came up.
But you just said that...
I said David agreed to divorce Tina. Makes perfect sense for Victoria to ask that of him. Everyone knows that he is ruining Tina's life. But for Victoria to insist that David marry you wouldn't make any sense at all. It's out of character and would arouse suspicion.
Well, then how do you plan to get him to do it?
I've decided to leave that up to you.
How in the world can I get David to want to marry me?
Oh, Dorian, give yourself some credit. We both know how resourceful you can be when it comes to things that you want. And I'm quite sure that you want this to work out, because... How do I put this delicately enough? Your life depends on this. So, I will leave you alone for a little while to mull over possible strategies. So long.
You better get out of here, Vickers. Because if I got to look at your face too long, I just might rearrange it.
Look, Court, you don't... I'm not in the mood.
Oh, you're not in the mood? Thought a fella in your position would be dancing in the streets. Hey, you are one lucky little slime bag, you know that? If I had my way, you'd still be in jail.
Believe me, I wish I were.
What can I do for you?
Vicky! Vicky, look, you know that I think the world of you, and I would never question anything that you've ever done.
Well, is something bothering you? Please tell me.
Why did you let David Vickers go? I mean, the man pawns himself off as your brother for months on end. He tries to steal money from your family, and he ruins Tina's life. We finally get him in jail where he belongs, and you just let David walk away. Vicky, what is really going on here?
Todd is slipping away. I can't let that happen. I've got to find a way to hold on to him. If only it were true. If only I were pregnant.
Hey, I gotta talk to you.
Oh, God, I hate you.
Why? What'd I ever do to you?
This whole thing, it's all your fault. You know, if you never would have been born, none of this would have happened. I just wish we never found out. Forget it.
No, I'm not gonna forget it. You and David Vickers have been snooping around my whole life, all with a bunch of secrets and lies. Now, what's going on? You tell me. I want some answers.
Let go
Talk.
of me. Look, I'm not the one you should be mad at. Blame David Vickers. It's all his fault. He pretended he was you. I mean...
You mean what? What are you talking about? He wasn't pretending to me. He was trying to pass himself off as your brother, Victor Lloyd's son. What does that have to do with me?
Tomorrow, the alleged beating of a deaf activist by the Sheriff's Department sparks protest. We'll have the latest tonight on Eyewitness News at 5.
Will Ryan be recognized as the menace he is? Find out on General Hospital next.